John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Hello, everyone. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, here at the Alkemalon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. As we often say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we show that we care about the things that we do. And today, unfortunately, I would want to share a little more information. Sometimes they say when it rains, it pours, but my God said that He won't put no more on you than you can bear. Sometimes things seem to be unbearable, but we just have to keep hope alive and keep it moving, especially the things that we can't change. And that's part of my everyday prayer. Lord, give me the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to accept the things that I can't change and consider others as well as myself. Last week, when I came on, I was expressing and telling you about my cousin in Texas. We had just got back from his funeral, and his son. And since then, we had quite a bit of tragedy in the family, and I've been having mixed emotions, up and down feelings, and sometimes you don't know which way to go, which way to turn. But we have to remember that God is in control and that He has never made a mistake. And I would just like for y'all to pray for my family, the Turner family, the Kerry Chapman family. We lost another first cousin here, and my sister, Kerry Chapman. Pray for her family. She left three young adults behind. And more important, they need prayer more so than I do. But pray for our whole family, the Beverly family. In the last 3 weeks, we have lost a total of five family members. So just keep us in your prayer. And we are here today only by the grace of God. And I can't put more emphasis on, as I always do, family, 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 and caring. And I'm remembering my cousin and my sister, my cousin Mary. I remember when we come from Mississippi here, and she came up here and she was staying with us. And when she moved out, she was like a sister, cousin, mama. She babysat, she did everything, and helped meet the needs of my parents while they was working. And I remembered when my wife and I first got married, we were staying at home with my parents, and my cousin Mary had got her own place, and some weekends she would let us come over there to spend the weekend with her so we could just get out the house, from being with our parents. And I say that to say that the caring and the sharing and being there for one another, not that we needed, but she just wanted to do something to let us know that she loved us and she cared about us and she understood that we was just working on moving forward, getting our own lives together. We hadn't got our homes together, and she just shared and spent time with us and allowed us to come to her home and treated it as if it was our own. And we had the greatest love, her family, her children, and I'm reminded in they can't use that for an excuse no more because Mary used to cook and she would bake cakes and things, and I was a great lover of sweets, and I would always go over there. And when Mary wasn't there, if she was there, I would always get a big hunk of cake and leave. And Mary would come home and they be done went in it as well, but they didn't hesitate to let her know that I had been by. And that was indicate that I had been by because most of the cake was missing. Well, it come to pass that I would go by and I had slowed down on all the sweets, and even though I had stopped eating the sweets like I had, they didn't let it be known. They made sure that whenever I came, they wore the cake out, but I always got the blame for it. But that's just family. That's what children do to one another, cousins, and we do things and blame each other. But that's just a little something I just wanted to share. But that was the love, the caring, the concern about one another, and the relationship that we had with each other. We was all just that close. We was cousins, but we was like sister, brother cousins. And my sister Carrie, the same way. And you never know, my cousin Mary as well, like I was saying, you never know what people are going through. You all you think that you're going through something, but there's always someone that's going through something worse than you. You know, woe is me. Woe is me. I'm this, I'm that, I'm going through this. But there are some people that's in worse shape than you, and there are people that's going through things much worse than what you're going through. Even I acknowledge the fact that even though I've had lost five members in my family, I'm pretty sure there's someone that's even going through something much worse than this. So I just have to keep it in mind and try to be strong for the rest of us. I hurt like everybody else hurt. I feel I have pain, but I have to be there for the rest of us, and we have to be there for one another. We have to consider each other and remember everybody's going through something. Just keep loving on one another, being there for one another because yesterday is gone, today is today, and tomorrow haven't got here, and it's not promised. So, as I often put emphasis on, love while you can, help while you can, be there while you can, meet the need while you can. Let each other know how you feel and love on each other. And my sister Carrie, she would always come by and check on me. Sometimes she would look at me and what they call a workaholic. And she would look at me and sometimes she'd tell me, she said, "You look tired. You need some rest." And she would tell my wife, Diane, Diane, make him get some rest. And I was glad and I appreciate the fact that over the Christmas holidays when we was making the food baskets and getting the toys and clothes and good fella boxes together, she wanted to work with me and she was just so happy to work with Diane and myself. And she was just happy. We took pictures. She wanted to take pictures with us, getting the food together. She wanted to take the pictures with us, passing out the food baskets and doing things. And she told me one day, and well, actually, I told her, I let her know. I said, Carrie, I just want you to know that I really appreciate you and I appreciate having you as my sister. I appreciate you being there when you can be there for me. And I just want you to know that I love you. And she looked at me with tears in her eyes and she said, John, she said, I just wish everybody would take the time out and let people know how they feel. She said, I appreciate the fact that you just letting me know that you appreciate me. Sometimes people don't know that you appreciate them if you don't let them know. People just do things and do things for you and do things, and sometimes we never take the time out to say thank you. Reminded of those 10 lepers. 10 was healed, but one came back and said, Lord, I thank you. I make it a practice to get up every morning and say, Lord, I thank you, because he allowed me to see another day. He didn't have to do it, but he did. Don't know what we're going to face today, but he allowed us to see it. And he allowed us today another chance to get it right with him. So when I think about Karen, we went to see her in the hospital a couple of times, and she was very fearful. Sometimes I think people know or have some idea what's really going on with them, even though they don't share it, because she was real scared while she was in the hospital. And we just let her know that God never made a mistake, and he wouldn't put no more on us than we can bear. And we don't know what she was going through. We do know that they had her heavy sedated with medicine for pain. So if they had her heavy sedated, that means she must have been going through something that she couldn't take. And I tell people that God is getting us ready for something we can't handle right now. And if it takes all of this to get us ready, whatever it is that's coming, got to be worse than this. But let's just be grateful and thankful and appreciate one another. Like I say, take the time out, pray for the Chapman family, pray for the Beverly family as a whole, because it's rare that someone will lose 5 members in their family within 3 weeks. Maybe one here, one there. A loss is a loss, but it's kind of rare. And sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Sometimes I have mixed emotions. Sometimes I sit down and I don't know what to do, don't know when to do, don't know how to do. And I gather myself and I think about it and I just keep it moving. My mom used to tell me, say, John, just keep it moving. She said, sometimes she would say, I know, I understand. She said, but we got to keep it moving. We can't fall off, fall out and faint, because life goes on. They're gone. We're going to miss them. We loved them while they was here, and we could still love them. And they live in us. We think about the good times and the bad times, the funny times, the things that made us laugh, the little things that they did. Sometimes the little silly things they did. Sometimes the little silly things that I may have done. But we just have to keep hope alive and thank God for the ones that's here and just keep loving and living and appreciate one another. As I often tell you, remember, love on your family. We have family if we don't have nobody else. You have your wife, you have your husband, you have your children, you have your mother and your father, your cousins, your uncles and aunts. Reach out every now and then and let them know that you love them. Reach out and call them and just let them know I was just thinking about you and just wanted you to know that you was on my mind. Let them know that when you thought about them today, it put a smile on your face. So remember, caring is sharing. I'm kind of down, but I'm all right. Just pray for me and my family, the Beverly family, the Chapman family, the Beverly family in St. Louis, the Rogers family in Texas, the Turner family here, because we need your prayer. Thank you, and I appreciate different ones that have come by and dropped a card off, even if you didn't bring a card or nothing, just to come by to say that you was thinking about me and the family and that you're praying for me. Thank you. I appreciate you. If you can, you may not could do anything else, but you can pray. So thank you for your prayers. and thank you for listening to John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, here at the Alkemalon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. And as we say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And thank you, because we show that we care about the things that we do. Have a great day.
John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m. John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience,